Khalsa. Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you beautiful people who are attending our Sunday discourse. Before I start this discourse, could you please make sure that there is nothing around you that will disturb your focus? Ensure that there is quiet around you. Make yourself comfortable. Today I shall share with you some beautiful understandings of the masters of the scriptures on the divine light within us. Once you're relaxed, for the purpose of holding the monkey mind from straying, I would like you to visualize a beautiful golden glow just at the seat between your two eyelids. Do not focus too hard at that point. Gentle focus. If you focus too hard, you will start developing headaches. So very gentle focus. And during this discourse, I would like you to keep your focus on this beautiful glow and feel the warmth as we take a walk into the deeper recesses within us. Within us, within all of us, in this vessel of the body of the Panch Tattvas, meaning the 5 elements, beyond the mortal vision, hidden in the many layers of the bondages of matter, masked by a dark abyss of human experiences, frustrations, sorrows, pleasures, instabilities, attachments. Deep in the nucleus of the self lies a great secret. Here lies the altar of the divine light. And like a star shining in the backdrop of the dark sky, unseen in the darkness of Maya, radiates this invisible light of the divine, a matrix of the universe. This divine light does not grow, decrease, nor consume itself. This light is the force behind all lights, the secret behind all lights, and the light of every secret. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the 10th master, writes, Namo Tej Tejah, salutations to the light of lights. This light, which cannot be contained or explained by any amount of divine teachings that are written on paper, and yet this light radiates through all the authentic scriptures. Those lucky souls who have experienced this glow will have an overpowering experience of bliss and divine realization. This is the primordial point of the root of creation, a light in which all of the true masters are absorbed. This divine light is a place of the divine truth, of pure reality, of divine glory, of knowledge. This in itself is the depth of eternity and a center of absolute stillness. Within all, yet absent from our vision. Within this light lies the Shabad vibration of the divine, lies the beautiful words of our scriptures of Gurbani, the Shabd Naam, the mantras, and all authentic guidance, through whichever prophet this guidance came from this light. That has been imparted to us by the true prophets of all denominations throughout the ages. This divine light, Sangat, is the core of our reality, your reality, my reality, of our ultimate knowledge. This divine light is a fractional yet complete presence of the omnipresent, of all the manifest and the unmanifest, of the seen and the unseen dimensions. This divine light is the nucleus of all creation over the countless eternities. Transcending from the spirit into matter, and then matter back into the spirit, until the divine play is over. Then all will be transformed back into silence. Beyond all, and yet within all. Beyond the laws of karma, beyond the laws of life and death. Guruji writes on meeting Parthar Yogi. Parthar Yogi was an esteemed yogi of that time. And he would encourage his followers to use all sorts of stimulants to try to manifest this light. And Guruji, on his encounter with this yogi, guides him. Sagli jota hamari samya nana varna anekam kaho nanak son parthar yogi par brahm lev ekam. O Parthar, my child, stop all this nonsense. Love only the divine and see the many colors of the divine light in all its numerous forms throughout creation. Sangaji, like a child that is born from the essence of its mother, so are we all born from this essence of the divine light, an expression of existence, an expression of the infinite in all dimensions, in all perceptions, in all beings, beyond all conceptions. This endless light that transcends into and beyond nirvana. An unconditional light, totally non-conditioned, of the purest form, a minutest part of this great universal light of life, that which creates a sacred connection between all forms, from the tiniest microorganisms to the countless and vast galaxies, the seen and the unseen dimensions. This perennial light is alive within all of us. Sab mein jyot, jyot hai soe, tis de chanan sab mein chanan hoye. Sab eka jyot varte pen pen, na ralai kise di ralaiya. This light has been interpreted in many ways. Inner light, Prakash, Jyot, in Islamic terms, An-Nur, in Rabbinic Judaism, Ein Sof, in Eastern Orthodox theology as Tabor, in Christian theology as Theoria, in Arabic, the sign of light, Ayat and Nur. Within us all, yet beyond human comprehension. This divine light which lies beyond the boundaries of our physical eyes. This magical enigma, this light of absolute unity, is only experienced through the purity of the spiritual lens, through the teachings of the divine authentic masters and the repetition of the authentic mantras, and with divine blessings. The sun has a ray. This ray is known as Kiran. A Kiran has light. This light is known as Prakash. And this Prakash lights up all that it touches without discrimination. Similarly, such a soul who have been touched by this Prakash, this light, will also have lost all distinctions between Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jain, Buddhist, atheist, my way, your way, color, caste, creed. This divine light becomes the source of eternal love, of infinite joy. This light becomes eternal healing. This light becomes the source of their inner strength. Such souls who radiate this magical light will begin to sail through life on the wings of sublime poise and enlightenment, whatever is happening to them and around them. Sadly, like a vine that is wrapped around a tree and is slowly choking the life out of this tree, so are we wrapped up by the forces of Maya, of the 5 demons, and slowly our divine essence is being choked out of us. As a consequence, Sangat, we have lost the desire to search, to see, to experience the illumination of this divine light within. Only when our self-created source of happiness begins to give us pain and despair, when we are driven away from our self-defined sense of security, when our emotions, which we had invested in others, begin to get tired and worn out from the false promises of the relationships, when we realize that what we thought was the source of our pleasure, our happiness, was in fact the source of our pain, that those that we once depended upon to provide our happiness had squeezed out our every drop of tear from our eyes. When we realized that we had been living a life of denial, only then will the search truly begin. My master used to say, son, you cannot have your feet in 2 boots. Like a light of a candle that is obscured by the dark layers of contamination on the inside of the glass container, the mind that is bewitched and blind by the contamination of Maya, of the illusions, of the expectations, will not see the divine light within the body. Like a moth that perishes in the attraction of the flame of the night lamp, the Maya-driven mind perishes in the dark demons of illusions. Those who wish to search for this divine light, like a moth to the light, must first learn to die into the divine light of the Shabad, whether that be the Shabad of Allah, Jesus, Buddha, whichever Shabad your faith lies in. To recognize this light in others means first to recognize the light within ourselves. To experience the light means to go beyond the abstract nature of the mind, beyond the conflict of our mixed emotional energies. The spiritual scriptures share with us, the spiritual masters reinforce, to go beyond the ramblings of the Maya mind, beyond the turmoil of the world, to experience the root of our being is to fulfill the sole purpose of life. Like my master used to say, son, life is not about eating, sleeping, and being merry. Understand, our soul is this light. We must not remain a small ray. We must merge into the ocean of divine light while we still can. Remember that we are the reflection of the divine flame that emanates from the mool, the void, the root. So the question arises, how will we find this divine light within? In absence of any dark shadows, how can we see the light, as all will be light? In absence of understanding of the entrapments of the dark Maya within us, how will it be possible to realize the immortal light within us? So, the divine guidance is go into the company of the pious, for they will reflect upon you the dark shadows of Maya, hiding, lurking deep within us. Now here, sadly, Sangat, in this era of Kaljug, hiding behind the facade of the dress, of spiritual readings, spiritual events, large buildings, many fake gurus, many fake schools have been set up. I say to you, if you are a genuine seeker, then be aware. A true master is not easy to find. Understand, Maya will not disappear. However, its allure to the seeker's mind will become faded in the guidance of the preordained true souls. Darkness of Maya is transient and elusive and will only project philosophical, intellectual, and speculative understandings. Realize that listening to the teachings of the false will eventually create a spiritual paralysis in the spiritual aspirant. Maya-induced understandings will change from day to day, feeding into one's sense of self-identity. A barrier between the seeker and the divine will occur right at the critical moment of one's spiritual development. Remember, Maya is always lurking in the shadows. Under the guidance of a true master, the true guru, as they highlight and start to remove the darkness of Maya that we are plagued by, like a star that can be seen shining brightly in the backdrop of the dark sky, transcending into the depths of the beyond, within the backdrop of Maya within us, we will also begin to experience the divine light. Understand one thing, divine teachings and understandings of the authentic masters are not abstract or experimental. They have practiced and meditated and meditated and meditated for many, many years. When the world is fast asleep, they are up in sadhana, fighting their inner demons. Ask somebody to get up 2 a.m. and remove your bed sheet and go and have a cold shower and sit in sadhana. This is not for the faint-hearted. These masters, they have done those sadhanas, and not just for 1 day, 2 days, 1 month, many, many years, many, many months, many, many lives. Their teachings will never change. Their teachings are practiced, testified. They are true today and true throughout the ages. Whereas the transient thoughts will lead one into self-indulgence, the divine masters who have really understood this path will first cut the ropes of forgetfulness. That is what Maya is. Maya is simply forgetfulness. We have forgotten the divine. We have forgotten our divine values. We have forgotten the purpose of life. And it's this forgetfulness which ties us to the burdens, to the illusion of the Maya world. Removing the bondage of our polluted consciousness, setting us free. What is this bondage of the consciousness? Traces of our past lives, our past experience. He said, she said, they did. They are set free. For us to start our journey towards our higher self, towards our higher consciousness. The first teaching that all scriptures and masters share is live in divine will. This is the start of the journey. Why? Understand, there is a live wire and a dead wire. And for the current to flow, there needs to be a secure connection between the two. Without a connection, there will be no current flow. So, for us to merge our independent will into the will of the divine is mandatory. If we fail to do this, there will be no flow of divine vibration. Understand that the divine will is alive, rich with currents of celestial vibrations. And only when the two wills become one, when our will merges into the divine, will a divine connection be secured, through which the divine celestial current between the divine and the seeker will begin to flow. In this frequency of one, a communion between the divine and the seeker takes place. This communion, this frequency of one, allowing the seeker to be able to perceive the subtlest vibrations, instructions of the authentic inner voice of the divine. Through the blessings of the few preordained authentic masters, the soul will be liberated. Those prophets who have brought this message of the one to humanity are known as Sat Guru. Sadly, again, in this world, there are so many Satgurus, there are so many gurus. No, the ones who merged into this light brought the message of the one to humanity. They are known as Satguru. Why? For they have truly come to know the divine. Satpurkh jena janya, Satgur tiska naum, tiske sang sikh udhre, Nanak har gun gao. Bhai Gurdas Ji writes, Bhai Gurdas Ji was an eminent scholar and the scribe of the first Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji writes, Sadguru Nanak pargatya, miti thond jag chanan hua. Through the coming of Satguru Nanak, the fog of Maya was lifted and the world was enlightened by the purity of the truth. In this way, Sikhism is also known as the way of the divine light, the path of the divine light, or the religion of the divine light. Ik, Omkar. And these are the virtues which we, at the Sangat of the divine light, are committed to, hold dear, and treasure at all times. The masters will reinforce that we repeat these mantras incessantly. Simara, Simara, Naam Barang Bar. Repeat the mantras, the authentic mantras, not any mantra, over and over again. And as we repeat the mantras over and over again, slowly, in time, the mantra will become ingrained in our minds. When the remembrance of the mantra becomes automatic, you do not have to think, the mantra is rotating in the back of your mind, then a divine energy will be created. The power of the Shabad will slowly begin to rise and dissolve the darkness. The barriers of duality will slowly begin to be removed. As one passes through the veil of separation, as the conscience starts to rise above the 9 gates of the body, as the I-ness begin to disappear, as the Vajrakapat is what's known as the gates of duality. As they open, as the locks of this Vajrakapat are broken through the repetition of the Shabad mantra, as those energies which hold us down in the lower dimensions begin to withdraw, as the Nirgun and the Sargun, the Nirgun, the Sargun being the formless and the form become one, as we begin to see the divine in all, as the soul rises beyond the realms of spiritual dimensions, perceptions, experiences, existences, beyond time, beyond space, entering into the arena of absolute reality of silence, as the soul, intoxicated in the enchanting, divinely heavenly music, becomes delirious in the nectar of the Shabdanam, the seeker becomes one with the object of the devotion. A great mystery will slowly be unveiled. The light of the Creator, the Satpurk, will be experienced. Satpurk, the primal Atma, the true Paramatma. A quantum universal light without mass, without boundary. This light, which lights the countless suns and a reflection in all, will be experienced. So powerful is this light that those spiritualists who have been lucky enough to be touched even by the smallest shade of this light say that the tiniest of the reflection of this divine light can bring all the oceans of the world to a boiling point. Sangat, we all are the children of this light. We are the custodians of this divine light. Connect with your spiritual scriptures. Find the blessed divine soul who is beyond the needs of any accolade, any followers, your money, who is genuinely humble, loving, giving, compassionate, who understands the path by practicing it, not by reading it. Receive those teachings, receive those blessings with an open heart from such a soul. Then first start the search. Do the hours, do the sadhana, then slowly find, then become, and then share. Search, find, become, and then share. The world will become a more beautiful place. Remember, you are, I am, we all are, all of creation, the manifested world, the unmanifested world is from this pure divine light. Even if all the lights of all the suns in all the galaxies are no more, even when all the lights of all the lamps of all the worlds are no more, the words of the divine will shine forever. And those who connect to the word of their scriptures, those who connect to the unpolluted teachings of the spiritual teachers with faith and purity of the heart, will shine on forever. It is said by the saints that the veil between our ignorance and the divine light is as thin as the wings of a butterfly. When this veil is broken and we are illuminated with divine light, we will see this divine light is all around us in every particle, in every leaf, in every blade of grass. Awal Allah, Noor upaya, Kudrat ke sab bande, ek Noor te sab jag upya kaun bande. My divine Allah, my divine blessed Almighty, created this whole creation, and He, within this creation, imparted His light. Who is good and who is bad when all you see is the light? And Sangaji, finally, live in the spirit of unity. Keep away from those societies, those people that are going to divide you. Keep away from aggression. Keep away from nonsense. Keep away from the polluted minds. For together, Sangaji, whilst we are breathing together, breath by breath, step by step, hand by hand, we can all create a beautiful golden age for all after us. God bless you. Thank you so much for your time. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.